If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult. If we try to be a naked.
Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Vanessa. So I'm super excited because in today's video we're going to be trying out the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I already used this the other day, but I was kind of in a rush, so I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy it. So I'm going to be trying it out again on camera with you guys. Can we talk about how bougie this is? Like, this is a very bougie bronzer, and Charlotte Tilbury is a very bougie brand, so I did not expect anything less. But this box is just so damn big for this bronzer, but it's cute. I appreciate the detail, especially with like how expensive the brand is. Thank God I have a pro discount though. How gorgeous is this packaging? It's huge, first of all. Like, this is their airbrushed flawless finish powder, and look how tiny it looks compared to the bronzer. So I did get the shade number 3, tan. And the cool thing about this is that this is refillable, so you don't, when you run out of the bronzer, you don't have to buy like a whole compact. You could just buy the powder itself. But honestly, are you ever even going to run out of this? There is 56 ounces or 0.16 grams of product in here. Like, that's gonna last you forever. So my main thing with this bronzer is that I really love the NYX matte bronzer, and that is $7. That is this right here. I love the quality of this. Like, yeah, of course you're not getting the same like heavy duty fancy packaging, but formula wise, which honestly is what's really important, I think this is such a great bronzer, and it's only $7. So this is what this bronzer is up against, a $7 bronzer. Because let's be expensive. Girl, let's get real. She's expensive, so you know, we want to know if she's worth it, or if you could get the same quality for way less. Like, that's my thing. So this is infused with hyaluronic acid, and it's supposed to give the skin a smoother, softer look. This is supposed to have the same finish, the same formula as their setting powder, and I love that setting powder. Like, it makes you look absolutely flawless. So if the bronzer can make you look absolutely flawless as well, I'm all for it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the bronzer as eyeshadow today. I want to use it everywhere I can today.
If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult.
Okay, so it's definitely not as pigmented as a bronzer on the lids, but that's not something I really care about. I think it looks like a nice little wash of color, so your lids don't look too plain. I do want to say you do get kind of a bit of kickback on the pan, but that's not a problem for me. I'm just mentioning it in case it is a problem for you guys. Also, be sure to check the description box because I will be naming the shades of other bronzers that I use. You know, guys, I also feel like the this shade is like a perfect medium when it comes to the undertone. Like, it's not too warm, but it's also kind of neutral. I don't know, but I'm really liking the undertone. So I'm gonna be doing my base off camera, and then I'll come back to use the bronzer as a bronzer. Okay, so I want to say this bronzer does look really nice. It looks very airbrushed on. It looks like a thinner version of what, like, the appearance of it looks like a thinner version of MAC bronzers. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, for example, with MAC bronzers, like, they look a little heavier, but like, I don't know, the texture, the way it looks is almost the same as this, even though this is more airbrushed. I don't know if I'm making sense. But I also really like that, I don't know if it's the brush. This is the crown brush, the detail, the name, whatever, erased. So I think this is a bronzer brush though. Bronzer or powder, one of those. I don't know if it's the brush or the bronzer itself, but you don't even though this is pigmented, you don't really pick up a lot. So it's easy to build up, and it's good for beginners because you're not gonna accidentally go in heavy-handed. I think I applied too much on my forehead. I look very tan and sun-kissed. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'll be right back to share my final thoughts with you guys on this bronzer. All right, so I'm back to give you guys my final thoughts on this bronzer, and I have to say, even though this bronzer is really nice and it looks beautiful on the skin, it is not a necessity. Like, if you're really in need of a bronzer, I would definitely recommend the NYX ones or the Colourpop ones. They're very inexpensive, great formula, and look amazing on the skin. This is a nice bronzer. It's not a bad bronzer. I don't think it's really that special. Like, I wasn't wowed by it, but it does look beautiful. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you guys next time.